Next, we have the one-on-one date with Alex, who, no surprise there, because she got the first impression rose, which meant she also got the first one-on-one date of the season.
Yeah, they shut down a mall. Every child's.
It's my
Yeah,
dream.
especially if you're like a kid from the 90s. Like
Yeah,
malls were like,
the coolest place ever.
yeah, there was like nothing better than a mall.
When I was little, I was like, if my parents were billionaires, I would be like, for my birthday, all I want is for you to shut down a mall and keep all the stores open so I can like go try on the clothes and
Hey,
play with the makeup and like sleep in the furniture store. Like that was my dream.
there was a movie when I was a kid growing up that I was obsessed with called Blank Check. And he's like a 12-year-old, not even, he's probably like 10. And he gets a blank check and he puts like $1 million in it and he just goes in like to the mall. And it's like, I'm like, this is the best. Like,
$1 million.
yeah, I forget what it was, but he got like, he got hit by a car and the guy's like basically like this like half-ass gangster type of guy. And
Okay.
he's like, here you go, kid, and gives him a blank check and doesn't like realize what he did. And then like the kid's like, I'm gonna spend all your money, and he goes wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me that that was a movie that you loved.
But what do we think? What do we think about Alex? I don't think we got to break down the entire date, but
Yeah.
like, do we think they're into each other? Do we think this date? I feel like she said she felt awkward when he was singing to her, and I kind of felt that,
Yeah.
which is fair. I think it's just I think it's nice and like a sweet thing to do, but it's hard for it not to be a little awkward the first time.
Well,
it
because it's
happens.
new. Like they
Yeah.
just started hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I really like her a lot. I don't know if I feel the romance between them necessarily.
Yeah, either do I.
I think that she's someone that may take a little more time to be vulnerable and open up. I know that she told him about her family upbringing, how she was raised by her grandparents, and like in a less traditional
Yeah.
household. But I don't feel like she like is super comfortable talking about herself and her life and things that she's been through. I feel like we saw more of like a fun, playful, goofy side of her this date. And I think that as she gets to know him more, the romance might come as she relaxes and opens up. But I also don't know if it will or not. It might not even be that. There might just not really be a romantic connection.
I think she's going to have a tough time on this show
Really? Why?
because I think it's hard for her to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think we see so many, and usually those people end up going pretty far, and when they finally have a breakthrough, they get sent home.
I know. Usually
But like
it's like by the time they get there, it's like too late.
but
Or they do it as like a last effort.
yeah,
Like they feel like they're gonna go home, so they like decide to open up to try to, you know, fight for the relationship, but it's too late.
she to me is Alex is really like prime candidate for
Paradise.
Paradise.
There's so many girls on this season that I'm like, okay, it's probably not you, but like you're gonna be so good for Paradise.
Yeah,
And she's one of them.
yeah.